Hello and welcome back to Tantric Tips with Rosie Boyce. And surprise! I have Marissa Boyce this week. She is my guest. I'm sure you've seen us together for Fancy Lady Talks, but today we decided to do a special episode together on a topic that I've been avoiding for a long time.
You sure have.
And that Marissa has a lot of experience in. So we are going to talk about online dating and very specifically my online dating experiment.
Aren't you wondering what Rosie Boyce's online dating experience would be like?
It's fucking awful. Guys.
It's no different for her than anybody else.
No, guys.
Surprising.
Guys, seriously, had I realized, like, I've been shit talking online dating for a long time, but I've also been transparent that I only, up until now, have had a week and a day of online dating, like separately, of online dating.
That's it?
That's it. Of online dating experience through my whole life.
That might even be enough to know.
You know what? I'm here to tell you, that was more than enough to know, because going back to online dating and doing the soft enter. So I did the soft enter at Bumble, which is like, you know, the lady-friendly place.
It's supposed to be.
Fuck. Fuck.
I didn't like Bumble very much.
Oh my goodness. It's a shit show.
They all are.
It's awful. So, okay, you tell me, Marissa, why you think it's awful, and then I'm going to tell you why I think it's awful. And I'll tell you a bit about my personal experience thus far.
Well, I mean, I could get into the philosophical reasons behind it, but basically it's like you're shopping for people are shopping for you.
Yeah.
And it's just so transactional, and it feels like you have to say things in a certain way. You can't be totally real, and if you are, people just ghost you.
Yes. It's so weird. It is so freaking weird. So it is. It's literally shopping, and like right away my visceral response to it was like, you know what? I am like swiping left on so many people who maybe in real life, if we had an interaction, I'd actually like these people. But because they have like a shitty profile or they haven't written enough according to what I want to see.
Do we want to talk about that a little bit?
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what you need to do so that Rosie Boyce's going to swipe right on your fucking profile.
What not to do, for sure.
But yeah, so first of all, it made my heart like super sore to just be like rejection. And then secondly, yeah, I feel like it sets up insecure attachment.
Oh, I love that so much. Can you say more about that?
So it really creates, like you were saying, this environment that is not real.
Yeah. That
you're not making a real connection. You are having this anxious situation.
Mm-hmm.
You're right away getting into the idea of like, oh, I have to perform in this way to catch somebody's attention, or they have to perform in this way to catch my attention.
Yeah.
Right? It's not based on empathy, on really relating to somebody.
It's really not.
No, and I don't know if everybody feels like this, but I felt myself already going into like a triggered state of reaction just starting to use the app.
Oh, you're right, actually.
Like I was like, my nervous system is already deregulated just using this app.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about that.
Tell me.
The dating apps are built the same way that they build slot machines.
Fuck.
So they actually did the research that how they got people addicted to slot machines. They did the same thing with dating apps. So there's no surprise.
Yeah.
That's why your nervous system feels like that. It's supposed to feel dysregulated. Why? Because if it feels dysregulated, you're going to swipe and you're going to make choices. Maybe you'll spend some money because you really want someone to choose you.
I spent $40, guys. I spent $40 because I was like, I'm committing to 1 month. I'm at what day am I? It's Monday. When did I start?
Day too many.
I'm like, I think I started on like Thursday or something. Wednesday. I'm like day 5 and I'm like, oh, I can't do it. I can't deal with it. And $40. That makes so much sense. Mm-hmm. Because literally the first night that I got it, I swiped. And I was like, no, for so many reasons. I swiped right till the end.
How long did that take?
It only took an hour. There were not that many people who met my parameters.
So for the slot machines, it's that, again, the intermittent reinforcement, right? Yeah. It's like, maybe the next one will be the one. Maybe the next one will be the one. Yeah. And you just keep swiping. So some of the clients I work with talk about how there's even this addiction mechanism that comes into swiping, right? Like,
wow.
That you have to keep swiping because maybe the next person will be the next person. Just like in the slot machines, maybe the next money I put in will be the time I win.
Yeah. that absolutely makes sense. And then the actual interactions are so bizarre. So I had, out of the ones I swiped right on, which were only a handful, I only had 2 that I ended up chatting with or texting with. One I had a conversation with, and it was really interesting because he was like within the first 5 minutes of conversation, he's like, oh, I hope we can really meet in person, and you just seem so great, and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, and I literally said to him, I was like, hey, hold on a minute, you don't know me.
So you're trying to scale it back to healthy attachment. He's like, let's go right into insecure attachment.
And then later in the phone call, my son comes in, and I mention, oh, hey, my son just came in. He's making fun of me because he knows that I'm on a phone call with you. And the dude is like, within 5 minutes, the phone call shut down. Right? He goes from like, I really want to meet you in person. You're so great. To like, mwah.
What was going on there?
I don't know. But it's okay because for me, like, that's big clarity, right? If you know, I don't tell people, I don't put in my profile that I have children because I'm also really private. I don't have it in my Facebook. I don't have it anywhere publicly that I have children. People know, but I'm quite private about it. My children are adult children, so I also thought it's not necessarily relevant to people. It's not like I have little kids that I'm taking care of. I have a 19 and 26-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly.
They're grown-ups.
Well, and if you're going to be dating or swiping on a woman in their 40s, like...
46 years old.
Yeah, pretty likely they're going to have children, right?
Strong possibility. They've been doing some shit in 46 years. Maybe having children, maybe having a life.
So yeah, don't swipe on a woman who's in her 40s if you're not comfortable with them having children.
And a background.
That's
and
right.
a wild background of life.
A wild, wanton background.
Exactly. So that was the first interaction. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, good clarity because this guy, and also too, like, he was cute, but zero in common. Really zero in common. So exactly. So it was like, that's fine. And then the next guy seemed like a better match. I was like, okay, cool. But again, heightened. He had put that he is into DS, dominant submission.
Wasn't that like one of the first things on his profile?
It was like the first thing. So I said to him, he also put other things that I was like, oh, he talked about being passionate. He was like the only one who talked about being passionate. He went to Harvard. I was like, oh, he's got to be pretty smart to have gone there.
Yeah, pretty smart.
Pretty smart. I like smart people. And so I had a pretty like open, text interaction and told him that I was uncomfortable with the DS factor. But also intrigued because, as all of you in YouTube land knows, I was formerly a professional dominatrix, and I'm pretty open about that.
Well, and what we were talking about is what it says, like, there's 2 sides to someone putting that they're involved in that scene, right? Or that interest is that one side is, okay, maybe they really know themselves sexually, which is attractive.
Beautiful.
But on the other side, it's like, there's that sort of strange thing that goes along with that piece.
Exactly, and that's a lot of information for a profile.
It is.
And so what was interesting is it led me to, I made a choice based on historic responses where I was just like, I used to be pro-dom and I know that people are dysfunctional in that world and I'm a little bit nervous. Blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, oh, shit, that's too much. That's not going along with Marissa and I's concept of slow dating.
But see, this is the experimentation, right?
Yes.
So for those of you paying attention to our videos, I hope you're experimenting, right? Like, try some of the things we're talking about, but also fuck up, because that's how we learn and make mistakes, right?
It is. I texted Marissa right away. I was like, oh, shit. I told him I was a pro-dom in, like, paragraph 2.
But see, and you were talking about how weird it is with texting, because what I think it does is it rushes intimacy. Yeah. Because all of a sudden, you're texting, so right away, immediately, you have access to someone's phone.
Yes.
So there right away, we're rushing intimacy. So someone could send you a photo immediately. You could see into someone's house if you wanted. They could show you with a camera. So it's like this intimacy that wouldn't be there if you weren't meeting online.
With a stranger.
With a stranger, right? And I think we don't think about those things, how different it makes it, right?
Absolutely. And you don't have any take, right? Like right away, you meet somebody in the street, you're like, there's so many things that my body is doing to figure out whether this person is an appropriate person for me to interact with. That initial like, ooh, creepy, or that, oh, leaning in, feeling, and you get to see how they interact with not only you, but other people around you.
Right.
To make a decision, do I want to have a further conversation?
Well,
and you don't get any of that online.
Yeah, and like the last guy I had a relationship with, I met online, not online dating, but on Facebook actually. Yeah. And I didn't get an energetic read really over texting and whatever. And when we met in person, I'd already overridden all of that because there'd already been a rushing of intimacy. Yes. So then as soon as I met him, I did have a creep vibe, but I kind of smoothed it over so that, you know, all the other things seemed okay. And I think that's what might happen is because you've already crossed so many boundaries in texting that energetically by the time you meet the person, you're not trusting it.
Yeah, and you're hooked in.
You're hooked in already.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with this guy, seemed interesting. We had some good text communication, a little bit too far. So I decided, let's have a chat. Let's have a phone chat before we go any further.
That's always a smart thing to do.
A way to kind of pull it back. Also gauge who this person is. He's like, awesome. I love it. Can't wait to chat. Your voice is sexy, by the way. And then he unmatches my profile.
Just out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Nothing. That's his last communication, and then unmatch. So it's a little crazy.
It's harsh out there.
It's harsh. Guys, it's harsh.
To just unmatch you? I mean, come on.
Fuck him. Come on. Seriously, buddy, if you're out there watching this, this is what you unmatched. And thank you, because I appreciate the clarity. Ultimately, I appreciate the clarity that you felt something was not in alignment, which helps me know that something was not in alignment.
It's true. That's very true.
So,
I guess we do have to say thank you.
I do say thank you. So I said a little fuck you, just a tiny fuck you, but a big thank you, because it's not really about personal rejection. He doesn't know me.
No, it's not personal.
It's not personal.
And that's the thing I think we have to remember when we're doing it. So if you're going online dating and you have a really shaky sense of self, you know, where you're like, do people like me? And that's like really anxious attachment. Like online dating's gonna be hard because there's lots of possibilities for people to reject us.
Well, right? You know what was interesting? Like looking through so many I was looking through men's and women's profiles because I'm a, you know, equal opportunity lover of all the humans and some trans people's profiles too. But what I noticed consistently in men's profiles is that there were many men who mentioned, oh, you know, swipe right, but we'll probably never chat. Swipe right, but you're probably going to ghost me at any rate. Like there was some deep, like, which I read as woundedness. Because I was like, wow, what's it like? And I was talking to my son who's 26. So of course he's done previously, before he had his partner, he's done a lot of online dating. And there's some deep rejection, right? Much more and much harsher than would often happen in real life. It's
really true. Because you can just ghost someone out of nowhere, right? Because, you know, you don't know who's on the other end of the texting. Like you might be texting someone who's pretty shaky, not maybe with mental health stuff right now, especially with the isolation.
Oh my God,
And maybe you're the only one communicating with them, right? And you don't know that, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm done with this guy. I'm finished.
And it doesn't mean that you have to be obligated, but it means do be kind in your interactions. And remember that if we're gonna if we're gonna go on online dating, there are real humans at play.
So online dating as a Buddhist.
Online dating as a Buddhist.
That's an interesting perspective, I think.
Yeah, I would say, you know, I'm getting off the online dating pretty darn soon, if not today. I don't think it's really filled with a lot of right intention or right action.
I think it's rare that you can meet what you're looking for.
Because it's set up. It's not that there's not lovely people there. I think there are lovely people there, but because it's set up in the way, as you were just explaining, it's set up in a way, it's like cocaine. It's like giving us some fucking crack. It's not even cocaine, it's crack cocaine. It's like, right? It's like we're the little rats. We're like,
so people are not people, right? People are
we
objects.
Dehumanize them.
It's really dehumanizing. So, you know, there could be lovely people, but the platform is really not the best place.
No, it's
for healthy dating.
It's not conducive to healthy dating. It's not conducive to people keeping their self-esteem or growing their self-esteem, which is actually what I'm about. I want to have good connections, whether that person's going to be my person or not.
It's true.
Hi, I have a little dog. Let's talk about definitely what not to do on online dating. Here, dog time.
So, profile-wise, what did you discover?
Okay, profile-wise, really important. No dogs.
Please no.
Everybody's got a fucking dog right now, and I love animals. I don't want to look at your animal. I especially don't want to look at your animal covering up most of your face. I want to see you.
Or just pictures of the dog, like.
Or just pictures of the dog, or the whole thing's about the dog. No. So no dogs, no cats, no animals in general. No children. Please don't put your children on don't put them anywhere.
That looks really bad. That looks really bad.
You can tell people that you have children, certainly, but do not put pictures. That's also unsafe.
It is really unsafe.
There are actually people who will go and try to catfish and get information about your children. So do not do that. It is dangerous. There's a reason, as a public figure, that I have very little about my children, even now that they're grown up.
That makes sense.
Out in the world. The shit's unsafe, and it's not cool.
It's not cool.
We don't hide behind your relationship with your kids.
It doesn't make you some amazing person because you have children, right?
No, we need to know who you are as you. Please don't be smoking a cigarette. Well, I guess, you know what, if you're just looking for people who are party people who are also wanting to smoke cigarettes and stuff, I guess you could have a cigarette.
Yes, that seems, I don't know.
But then don't swipe on my profile.
That's right. I really didn't like the profiles where the guys were like posing with their shirts off.
Ugh.
Like, come on, you have more to offer than that, don't you?
Yeah,
please.
exactly.
You know, like I don't need to see you in a mirror selfie with no shirt on.
No, wear a nice outfit, and we're gonna be able to see that there's something good going on down there.
And guys, why are you taking selfies in your car? No. What's with the car selfies?
What's with the lying down selfies?
I don't know about that one either.
Every lying down selfie. It's like, is the first time I'm going to meet you, I'm going to be sitting on top of you. I know you might hope for that, but that's just not the truth. It's not what's going to happen. So, and your lying down selfie is putting me off getting on top of you.
Well, and the other piece is that, again, that's this like suggesting intimacy. Yeah. That's what creeps me out about it. It's like, already you're suggesting something that I'm not ready for. Like,
totally.
I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to see you lying down without a shirt on. So I will swipe nope if I see that.
Yep. And I would say generally, like, no sunglasses. Take your fucking ball cap off.
Can we see your eyes, please?
See your eyes. Take your ball cap off. Take it off unless you have a jaunty hat. You have a jaunty hat. If you have a good-looking hat, you are dapper as fuck. You wear that hat.
Please wear it.
Please wear it. But if it is a ball cap and is turned backwards, no.
Especially if you're above 30. Like, come on.
Especially if you're above 30, but even if you're below, no. For your profile picture, doesn't mean don't wear it in real life, but like, for goodness sakes, like, I want to see your hair. I want to see your whole face. I want to get a read on you.
Yeah.
Write some shit.
Write some shit about yourself.
Write some shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please, something.
Don't just fill out the little things like, do you drink? What's your astrological sign? No, I want you to write. I want to see that you can string a sentence together. I want to
see the spelling.
Marissa would swipe left on mine. She'd be like,
sorry, English teacher. Can you spell? No, bye.
I don't care about the spelling, but I want to see you can string a sentence together and that you have something interesting to say about yourself.
Oh, here's another one. Why are you putting women in your pictures?
Oh, Jesus.
Like, you know what? It's like a guy with like, hey, look at these two hot girls I'm
baby
with.
Jesus.
Like, what is that about?
No.
See, I'm attractive to women. It's like, really?
Or your ex-girlfriend or your ex-wife that you blank out their face.
That one's great.
No.
Get a new picture.
Get a new picture. No.
That looks sad.
Ugh,
that looks really sad.
The worst. We're being a bit bitchy. I don't think I'm...
okay, what do we want to see?
I was going to say, I don't think I'm totally in alignment with right speech, but the intention is good.
Maybe we can flip it around. What do we want to see?
What do we want to see?
Yeah.
We want to see the best side of you.
Can you show us a really nice picture where you're smiling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what all you got to do? So, like, we have, it's not even expensive. I've got a $50 stand with a little light that we do all this shit with. Right? You can buy one of those, but when I'm traveling, you know how I take pictures? I just prop my phone up on random like counters or rocks or whatever and take a picture of yourself, like just in your natural environment. So if you love to cook, take a picture in your kitchen. If you love to be outside, take a picture outside. I love, even though I'm not a super outdoors person, I love seeing people outside, like just doing what they love.
Only if you actually do those things, though.
Yeah, true. It's like me taking a picture skiing. It's not, I've just like superimposed my head onto somebody's body. I went just to pose in the cute outfit.
It's true. That's
And the
okay.
smell.
You probably look adorable doing that.
I do. I like cute.
But then I also want to see, like, invest a bit of time in your profile. So get a friend to take a few photos of you. Like, that's really easy to do. Make an afternoon of it. Take some photos. Write a profile that's thoughtful, that you actually put some thought into. Like, wow, women will find that super attractive.
You know what we do, and it gives us incentive to want to talk to you.
Yeah.
If I see that somebody has spent some time writing their profile, it's interesting, it's intelligent, then right away even I'm like, oh, even if I'm not like maybe physically attracted, if it's an interesting enough profile, I'll be like, I'd like to actually talk to that person. I want to have a conversation.
Me too.
And ultimately, I think, I can't speak for all women because we are living in a time of hookup culture, but I would say many women, we want our brains to be seduced long before our pussies come into the picture, right? Like, if you can seduce my brain, then that's the panty dropper right there. You don't need any vodka, my friend. Just like be smart and appeal to my intelligence.
Yeah, be thoughtful. Just be you, you know?
And, well, what if you're not any of those things?
Well, then you'll show it, maybe.
I think do some self-help, a little self-improvement.
You know, find a quote that you like.
Maybe do a little work internally. And then online dating, if none of those things, if you're not any of those things. Or maybe try to date less judgmental women than Marissa and myself.
Yeah, maybe. And we're single because
we have high standards. We're not, but we're a bit judgmental. Like the hat thing was a bit judgmental, but it's also true.
It's true. Although we did make concessions for their jaunty hat.
Exactly.
So that one's okay.
Jaunty for sure.
And hey, if you are balding, just rock it.
Just rock the balding.
It's sexy.
Yeah.
If you're hiding it, not sexy. But if you're rocking it, awesome.
My first husband, baldy. Bald guy. People describe him as,
Mine too.
Rosie's ex-husband, the bald guy with the goatee. So yeah, do that. Do we have anything else we want to say about this experiment?
No, but I'm really glad you tried it.
Thanks, Marissa. Thanks for supporting me on this interesting and turbulent journey of online dating.
Yeah, if you have any experiences you want to share or just comments, make sure you put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments and let me know. And Marissa will look too because her fancy lady talk with me is on the same channel. So we both look at it no matter what. She's just snuck into well, she didn't sneak in. I invited her to come onto Tantric Tips to talk to me about this today. So yeah, let us know. Please like and subscribe. If you have any tips for me, if there's better ways to online date that I've not, in my whatever 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks of online dating, give me some tips.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear about
what's working for you.
And what are other platforms that are not online dating, but are for singles?
Yeah.
Because we are looking for that, both to market our course, but also because we're sexy singles.
Yeah, so where are the places that are actually good?
Tell us. We want to know.
Let us know.
And if I keep going, I'll give you guys another update.
Ooh, please do.
Dun, dun, dun. Stay tuned.
Can't wait.
Bye.